and the guide was murdered.
The news this hour: a trans woman was seen walking into a convenience store with an axe. Unknown to the customer and to the store clerk, the transgender woman became provoked when one of the customers stared at her and used the axe to hit both customers on her way out. This has become a cause of concern in America, where we've seen that Americans have been attacked in different violence, from guns violence to axe violence. Now people are scared. Should transgenders also be part of the terrorist group currently being labeled in the United States of America? And I remain your host, Chimereze Henry Ahonaya, and here with me today is marvelous Kelechi Achafo. Mr. Kelechi, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing, Chimereze?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for always being here again. Kelechi, our host and our founder. So, Kelechi, what do you have to say concerning this story? We see this trans woman. First, do you think she's really a transgender? Should she be identified as a transgender?
Yes, she is. Crime does not, what's the word? Crime does not deter you from sexuality. Sexuality and your crime, or your religion, or your association, or your tribe are two different things. So she can be a transgender and also a criminal. So yeah, I believe that she is a transgender.
What do you feel? What do you feel was her intention walking into a convenience store with an axe?
I feel like a lot of times now, we need to get mental therapy for transgender people. With what is going on now, Chimereze, full blown, especially for the transgender community, it seems like they're being oppressed. Most of them. Didn't you see the transgender woman who tried to even drown her friend? Some of it feels like maybe the stigma they face, or maybe the insult is not affected. I feel like transgender people need therapy this time around, because I don't get it.
And what do you feel is the source of their insanity? If I was to choose that word,
because they are being stigmatized. Because I know a lot of cases where transgender people were sent out of the hotel when the person was supposed to hook up with found out they were trans. I know a lot of friends who ran away from their so-called friends because they felt that they were trans. That, oh my God, so you were made, according to what they will say, even if you have transitioned, they will still believe that, oh, maybe you are a male. If you are a male that transitioned to a female, they will still believe that you are a male. So I know some of their friends that called them up, even some of them even took some of them to court and said, oh, they didn't tell me they were trans. I feel like a man viewed my nakedness. I was deceived. I was manipulated. Yada yada yada. They always keep on bringing that. So I feel like the trans community.
I personally believe that if you are a transgender, you owe it to anybody you are communicating to tell the person you're a transgender. Why hide your identity? Identity should be the first thing that's
Baloney. Absolute bonko.
It's the same thing. It's also the same thing when somebody is HIV positive. If somebody is HIV positive, you need to communicate your status with anybody you are intentionally trying to have intimacy with. You're not just this communication is now. Can I please speak, Mr. Achafo? Can we keep it professional?
But baloney. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it professional. But I tell you, say baloney or finish. I'm going to.
I feel this is something you're supposed to discuss with someone when you are trying to be intimate with the person. You owe the person your health status, your HIV status, and also if you have transitioned, which is part of your health status. If this person is not sexually attracted to you, he wants I don't want to use the word a natural woman, but he's entitled to his sexual preference, he's entitled to also his faith and beliefs. Just as we are entitled to our own sexual orientation, and we are also entitled to our own expression. I don't think we should go to a place where we begin to force our own expression on other people. If they are willing to come to our side and understand with us, so be it. But if they're also on the side where they don't want to understand, we also give them the leverage we have by allowing them to express themselves from a different aspect. Mr. Achafo.
Like I said again, Chimereze, baloney. What do they want to use their sexuality for? 95% of people asking for it is just to judge.
And what if in a situation when a man is in love with you and you're a trans woman and he wants to have children and you don't have the ovaries to bring forth children. Don't you think that is
Then
deception?
there's surrogates. There's surrogates. There's IVF. There are other alternatives. There's adoption.
Yes, but that comes when you have this conversation. If I don't want to go through surrogate,
Chimereze,
and I'm
when you hold on, Chimereze, hold on. Before you get a child of childbearing, there are lots of building that would have been climbed, and before that time, the person would have obviously said it.
so you
But when
agree with the fact that you
hold on,
still have to have this
Chimereze,
conversation.
hold on. Can I just say something? Hold on. Like I said again, you must have that conversation, but not in the early stage. So people meet you during the first stage, and the first thing they're asking is, "Oh, are you a trans?" Just asking rubbish question. Did you just see the voice recording of a guy who met a lady 3 days later? He was asking her, "What's your menstrual cycle?" Baloney. It's amazing. Asking the lady, "What's your menstrual cycle?"
I will disagree with you on this one, Mr. Achafo. I do understand that.
You can disagree with me. You can disagree with me. I agree that we can both agree to disagree. But I say that baloney. They're facing a lot of stigma. People who ask that question is to humiliate them, to disgrace them, to say all sort of rubbish. Some people never bash you. They never call you wrong. They never, what's the word, see anything bad in you. But once you tell them some things about like your sexuality, one of the biggest factors, they never see you the same way. I'm saying this from experience.
And honestly, I feel you owe it to them. Whoever wants
you know
to
this. Can you in prayer room come to prayer room and preach about sexuality? They will cancel you. You know that. You know that you can't preach a prayer room. Oh, the sexuality, accept the sexuality. I be a man of God, and I also be a gay. Can you say that in prayer room? I be a man of God, I also be a gay.
I honestly believe this news is not about me. It's not.
Hold on. It's not about you, but I tell you that will cancel you. No matter even if you perform miracle, you turn water to Ribena, they will still cancel you. You turn, what's the word? A plate to a plate, Chimereze, they will still say that it's a lie, that you got your power from the devil. Once that sexuality thing is involved, Chimereze, enough of the stigma.
So you're saying it is okay for people to hide their sexuality just because of the fear of stigmatization?
It's not okay. Be sure that you can trust that person before you say that. If not, you suffer the consequence.
But in this situation,
Chimereze, hold on now. You suffer the consequence of bullying, of stigma, of insults, of you being mentally not okay, and you can even lose it and go nuts, and even be a danger to other people and to yourself and end it all. I'm done. Thank you.
So in this situation, mental health therapy is what is needed. When I looked at that video, I could see someone who has gone through a lot and she doesn't know how to express herself. And I heard a preacher say something the other day. He said, for queer people who still remain in God and queer people who still are, connected to people, even in places where they are rejected, they are the bravest people, and there are so many things to learn from them. Because I can imagine being in a place and having conversation with people who do not agree with you and people who look at you as a devil. And it could be traumatizing. But at the same time, our trauma is not the visa level, the express entry for us to hurt others. Our trauma should be where we begin to heal ourselves, address about this trauma, talk about this trauma, and look at this trauma from a very positive light and impact other people so that they can see the good in us. Like we used to earlier say, what one person does in this community affects every other person. So let's be careful in what we do. And final words from Mr. Kelechi.
Is it the same community where people are stealing people's money? Where you give them money to get HIV positive people and give them sensation, eat the money, eat the dollars? Is it the same community we're talking about? The same community where they run a fake scam to collect books, acquiring Christmas for books. You collect thousands of dollars, you go and buy a book, bend down, select book, and say you are acquiring Christmas for the community. Is it the same community? The same community where activists collect money, they are throwing parties. Say, I throw the first Pride parade. Pride parade we do inside Palo. I've never heard it in my life. So there's a time where they do a parade in the Palo. Is Toronto Pride done in the bedroom Palo? So I feel like people are just being ridiculous over there. So it's the same this thing. But it is well, Shatime, that's my final point.
Our community needs to do better, to be very honest. Our community needs to do better. We need to start addressing the facts from the in reality and from the fantasies. We need to start addressing mental health crisis from sexual fluidity. When is somebody actually crazy? And when is somebody actually being gender fluid or sexual fluid? We need to start differentiating facts from fantasies and illusion, unless we will see ourselves go down the drain gradually. And you have been watching Breaking News Wahala. Like, subscribe, peace out.